Welcome to Ellie Goldsmith's Inspired Flow. Today we're going to talk about the inspired heart-filled flow. We are from the heart goes into the heart. When a person speaks and they are sincere in their words, it goes out from the heart into the heart. This is a famous quote from our holy rabbis, and the truth of those words are very real, especially when you understand that the heart is also connected to the mind. It's very much a very corporal, profound aspect of a person. We spoke about yesterday the Holy of Holies. Really, that's where that in terms of a person, everything is a macrocosm and microcosm. You have the world, and you have this concept of a Mishkan, this place of worship, this place of intimacy. Really, the macrocosm is able to come together with the center of the world being Jerusalem, all the way into the Holy of Holies, into the person's being, which is the Holy of Holies, the heart. And from this place comes a very sincere voice, a voice of connection, a voice of truth, a voice of love, a voice of oneness and unity. We're talking about with the Unity Inspires projects. We have the opportunity to move forward. So practically, how does this come down? So I was listening to Oprah, and I was getting a lot of inspiration from her masterclasses, specifically from Oprah herself. She went from someone who was basically on the books going to be living a not good life and suffering and pain-filled experience, and she turned her life around to the point where we all know who Oprah is now, and her ability to influence in a positive and inspiring, truthful way. And so we see that turnaround if you listen to her life journey, and it all came from a certain truth that she was able to allow herself to surrender, to empty herself of herself and her pain and accept, and that's where everything started to change. And in the Torah world, in our understanding, this idea is called bittul yesh. It's the idea of nullification of the self, and the place where this comes from the most, where it's the hardest to do, is through the heart level, because the heart, as Rabbi once said to me, is a very complicated place to work on, and there's 32 paths to the heart, as Loved Beis Nesivos. It's very difficult working ground. So a person should understand that this is where all your relationships, everything which is really important, is developing from. And like Oprah said, it's all about from Gary Zurchik, it's in her Super Soul Sunday, you have this understanding of how really in all relationships, all spiritual partners, it's all to do with your inner work. And I was learning with Rabbi Baruch Gartner last night, and he was talking about really it's very much to do with das, of consciousness, awareness, and being able to bring that into the relationship. And that is one of the biggest levels of das, is your own self-work. Instead of putting onto other people, changing them, how much space are we able to give another person? Like, I'm watching myself today, and it's crazy. It's almost like I'm a mad person, So you start to check yourself and realize, wow, I've got so much inner work to do to be able to just give space to another human being, to allow them to find their flow and growth and to do what they need to do. And it's something which is a constant avoda. I mean, it's a constant work. And right now, personally, I'm searching for full-time work, but I'm enjoying the fact that I have time to do consulting and build my Unity projects. Like I said, the branding, thank God, logo has been back now financially, so we're going to see that coming forth soon, and that will be on the podcast. And I will actually use that for the branding on this podcast, so we'll be called Ellie Goldsmith's Inspired Flow, but we're going to be shifting the branding to Unity Inspires projects. And the reason being is because for me that's the ultimate goal, that once you attach yourself to this flow in life and you allow this flow to become part of your life, this inspired flow, that it should automatically connect you to the unity of reality, unity of creation. So these two concepts are really one. It's just obviously there's a process. The process is first to be aware of the flow and how it's inspiring and how it incorporates your life, and then to open your heart up to how it's really unifying everything in your life and your relationships and your family and your friends and your struggles and your pain and all the different things that a person goes through daily has a unity flow in it. And that will be inspiring. That will bring out togetherness, and that's what the projects will be about, building different collaborative activities like events and music and art and creativity, and working in the business world with a unifying concept. And this is what the Unity Inspires Project is going to become. And it comes together with this concept of the heart. Like we said, this week's Parshat Truma, we're entering the world, the realm of the inner sanctuary of our home, the inner sanctuary of our heart. And tonight I'm going to be going to an event with a singer that I feel one of the reasons he's so successful is Yishai Ribu. Check him out. Yishai Ribu is the power of singing from the heart, of music, of communicating from that level. And that in itself brings a unity experience. That's why music and soulful singers have that power. Shalom Lema is another guy I've been listening to and got signed up with Decca Records, and you see, the power of him being able to unify different communities and world through his talents and sincere message of singing and inspiration. And obviously my artist Nissim, we've been doing that already for a while, and looking forward to do more of those bookings. But they had the concept of unity, and I would love to see this all come together. Have a few more new artists that I'm hopefully talking with right now. And once again, that is one of the points. It is the Nukudas Halev, is the heart level. Is it open to inspire and to connect and unify and collaborate? They're the kind of people we want to draw together and open up others to be more in that way, be more collaborative and join together. But coming back to the heart level, since it's such a complicated place, and you have to really, in my opinion, pray and meditate and daven and be, as my wife was saying, my soulmate, about being more intentional. This is the whole mindfulness movement, and just really understanding how we have blockages, and that is a big part of Tali Bein Love Commandments, purify my heart with truth. It's a prayer, and it's something we say even more so on Shabbat, on time to disconnect, to reconnect. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. I'm getting ready for this tonight, this show, and to disconnect, to reconnect, to have a beautiful Shabbat. And that's a time where you can really say, purify my heart with the truth, so that then you can come back into the busyness of the 6 days of the week and get to that inner sanctum, which is the 7th level of every building is built with up, down, left, right, forward, back, 6 dimensions. And then you have the 7th dimension, the inner, the house, the dwelling. That's the point, and that's what Shabbat is all about. And that's what the Mishkan, we've been talking about, the sanctuary that we build within. And a heart level is a place of that worship, of that Avodah Shebalev, of serving of the heart. And this is what brings a person that ability to understand that people around us, our soul partners, are there to bring out that service of the heart, to really become a giver and to really fix up the different blockages and pain points. And this is an opportunity we all have. So wishing everyone beautiful rest of the week and Shabbat Shalom, and we should all get together for unity projects in the new week.